I wish I never waved to the man who watched me. Every evening, at exactly 10 p.m., he appeared in the window across from mine. It started on a foggy October night. I was facing my apartment when I noticed him, just a figure, barely visible through the old glass. At first, I thought nothing of it, maybe a neighbor, a person lost in thought. But the next night, at the same time, he was there again, standing, motionless, his gaze locked on me. I closed my blinds, uneasy, but every night after, I felt his presence, like he was waiting for something. My curiosity grew, despite the dread that gnawed at me. So one night I decided to wave, his eyes locked onto mine. For a moment I thought he might wave back, but instead his lips curled into a cold, unsettling smile, wide, with jagged teeth. I slammed the blinds shut, my heart racing. That night I sat in silence, waiting for the knocking to return. A few days later, I noticed the building across the street was empty, no lights, no movement. When I asked the landlord about the man, she looked horrified. No one's lived there for months. The last tenant, he vanished. The only thing left behind was a note on the window. It said, "I'm watching." The next night, when the clock struck 10, I couldn't resist looking. He was there again, his face clearer now, skin stretched tight over his bones, eyes dull and lifeless. He held up a piece of paper against the window. I squinted to read the scrawled message. "I'm watching." I stumbled back, heart pounding. But when I looked again, the note was gone. He was gone. The window was empty. Days passed. The silence was unbearable. But each night I couldn't help but look. And each night he was there. Then, one night, the knocking began, slow, steady, coming from my door. Knock, knock, knock. I backed away, terrified. A dry whisper followed, "Let me in." I called the police again. They came, searched the building. But by the time they arrived, the knocking had stopped. The officers seemed doubtful, offering little more than a sympathetic look. Her words chilled me to the core. That night, as I lay in bed, I realized something. I could still feel his eyes on me, watching from somewhere unseen, waiting for the moment I'd let him in.